Finished up the San Felipe 250, first race of the season. We started in 25th, so it was a pretty aggressive drive from the middle of the pack up towards the front. I'm really happy with the team, really happy with the truck, really happy with everything that came of the race. Great feeling and really exciting to move on to race number 2 in such a strong starting position.
Yeah, the beast back, adrenaline pumping through my veins, can't relax. Original, I am not the same as these cats. I sting them if they never ever mind and they beeswax. I don't ever cap, but I'm wearing like 3 hats. Never been a rat, but I know where the cheese at. You'll never get a trophy cause they all here where we at. You better believe that.
So we're down here in Ensenada for the Baja 500. We will be starting this race in 4th place. We finished 250 in 5th place, but somebody's pulled out of the race, so we bumped up a spot, but no complaints there. And we're ready to start the race. The car's been funky. We have no power steering. Probably have like 50% power steering. I don't know why. We changed the pump and I think maybe there's something wrong with the box, but we didn't take a hit or anything. So we've just been cruising along. It's kind of a weird section. It's not super fast, I think. All in all, it's been a funky day. It's been a weird first day. But I'm gonna eat some lunch and then everything's gonna be okay. Unfortunately, we've had everything mechanical go wrong with the car. Just been a bit of an odd few days pre-running, and we haven't had the ability to see the course as much as we'd like to. But nevertheless, you know, we've gotten good track notes and we're kind of ready to go. Challenge here is obviously we're starting in 4th for the race, so we're starting around some guys that I'm not always used to driving around. We want to keep our pace strong from the start. And the best way to do that is to be prepared with notes and to have run the course a number of times. Unfortunately, we haven't had the ability to do that. But we're ready to charge forward and we're excited to start the race.
2 new guys joining us for this Baja 500. We have Troy Grabowski, and then he has Matt Martinez riding with him. And Matt actually has been a team member for a while now. Matt works for Evan Weller Racing and does a lot of the prep and maintenance on both the pre-runner and the race car for us. So I'm looking forward to it. Those guys are good. Troy's been racing cars a long time. He's had a lot of good success in the desert and in the dirt. They're taking it seriously and they're putting a good effort in and they want to do well and be successful on race day.
I got into racing when I was a kid. I started with a little bit of trophy carts, a little bit of goat karting. I worked into the desert stuff. I raced our Class 5 car for a few seasons, and then I started racing our spec truck.
So Evan told me I was riding with Troy, and I was super excited about that. I've raced with Troy one time before, and it went pretty well, so he decided to come down and do it in Mexico.
It's a big party here for the locals. It's only 9 o'clock right now, and there's a countless amount of people already walking around. Everybody loves it. It's freaking awesome to be down here. After a few days of pre-running, we're ready to go. We got some really good notes, and I can't wait to get through this line. Really, can't wait to get in the truck tomorrow. We're ready to go. It's going to be a lot of anticipation until we get there, but we're ready to go.
In another Brenfell Score Trophy truck at a Millbrook, New York, number 236, Michael Marsal.
When we're like 10 cars out, I just want to go. I can't think about anything other than starting the race. I kind of just like to chill out, play some music, try and calm down because I don't always do that so well. So for me, it's just sort of, let's get after it.
They made contact with a 1 car as they went by, so if you guys could just visually check the right side of the truck whenever he comes through and just make sure everything's looking all good. Cal, you got a copy?
Yes, go ahead.
Hey, we just turned onto the highway up in O's.
We are on the right-hand side of the highway. We're going to check out the right side when you come through. The truck made contact with the 1 car, so they had us take a look at the truck. It's all good. It was just a little bit of body damage.
There's not a lot of passing opportunity in the first couple hundred miles of the race. It's definitely an interesting 500. I've been in 3 of these now. Kind of go into this boulder field that sticks around for 150 miles. And even when you get down into the washes and even when you kind of go out towards the San Felipe area, it still just is this chopped up kind of second gear weird track. There's a lot of surprises. There's a lot of boulders in the way. There's a lot of places where you can go somewhat fast and pay a huge penalty if you slide into a rock or you put something, you put a wheel in the wrong place.
Mike and I have actually never raced the Old Summit, and the Old Summit is back on the race course this year. We do have some good lines through there. We've got good notes through there, and you can see that there's a few opportunities for choke points and bottlenecks. So I'll be curious to see how that plays out, because for some reason in the spec truck class, bottlenecks going up and over the mountain always seem to be a factor. So I'm hoping everybody can keep it on the course and eliminate those choke points, but it's Baja. You never know what's going to happen.
So we're about 10 minutes out from Spy being here. Mike's running a heck of a race. He's got it up in the lead pack. Right behind that, we have Dusty back a little bit, but moving forward through the traffic, and we're looking for good things for both of them to get us over across the 320.
Fuel has to be done in 30 seconds, and tires have to be done before that 30 seconds, because again, races they're finished by seconds, so our pits have to be on top of it. There's no mistakes. Got to make sure all the lugs are tight, or you can end the race for the drivers.
Mile 170, La Ventana. Mike and Hudson just came through. Everything looked good. Took fuels and tire, and they're in the top 4, so everything's looking great. Let's just get it to pit 2 and get to the finish.
The red sun rose this morning. Dark skies pronounce your warning. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Hold on, the floor is caving. Your walls turn into cages. Your refuse will be your teammates.
A lot of people think that racing is about going fast, and don't get me wrong, it definitely is, but preparedness, a well-executed plan, of course, everybody wants to win races. That's a lot of fun, but ultimately, for me, setting benchmarks and really bringing the team together to understand what the common goal is the most important thing. So again, not that our goal isn't to win races, but right now, the key goal is actually to finish 5th in the championship. So we're well on our way to doing that.
That's what I tell everybody about racing Mexico. It's like, well, you kind of have to beat Mexico first. Everybody says, what does that mean? It's like, well, no 2 days are ever the same. No 2 races are ever the same. So it's always about adapting and overcoming whatever the peninsula wants to throw at you, and whether that's an unexpected choke point, bottleneck, silt bed, rainstorm the night before, never know. And it's just part of it. That's part of racing Mexico. That's part of what makes Baja Baja. That's part of the the draw. It's part of why guys come down here and keep racing. It's challenging. It's very challenging, and nobody's going to deny that.
'Cause we are the outlaws.
Hey Eric, you got a copy? Anybody got a copy? The 500 always has a way of kind of throwing a wrench in the gears for me. We generally make it happen, but you know, it's part of Baja. You just can't quite plan for everything. Baja has a way of reminding me that every year at the 500. So it is what it is. We'll make the most of it and do our best and push.
When you realize what it takes to pull something together, there's an army of people behind the scenes making all of this happen. All of the success comes and goes as a team, and you know, we get to put the helmets on and have all the fun, but there's just so many people here working behind the scenes to make sure that everything is running smoothly, and you know, a huge thank you goes out to them.
Race mile 328, we're getting ready to pit Mike Marsal and the Spy Optics truck. We got Mike getting out. We probably got about 7 to 8 minutes till Mike pulls in, and then we're gonna get some new tires on the truck, get some new fuel in it, get Troy in the driver's seat, go try and put that thing on the podium for Spy.
I just got a call from Cal, and I guess they ran out of fuel at 320. We're at 328 here, so we got a little bit more ways to go.
Everybody's starting to get ready. The crew's starting to check all their gear, make sure everything's good, and yeah, me and Matt are ready to push her to the finish.
It went really well up until about 8 miles ago when we ran out of gas. Normally the truck gets 175, 190 miles, 190 miles to a tank, and we just got 149 miles to a full tank and ran out. Minor detail, that put us down probably at least 45 minutes. And I've sweated ass off today.
Let's get it!
So I got to navigate for Troy, but I also got to keep him in the right mindset to be able to keep pushing and have him feel confident around the corners and stuff and through the dust, and get the car to the finish in one piece.
Right, left, 90 left, 90 left tight, 90 left tight.
This is Matt's second race with me, and we're getting a lot more confident with each other after hundreds of miles of pre-running, figuring out each other's our lingo and everything better, and it just makes me feel a lot more confident that Matt's in the passenger seat, because Matt is the one who preps the truck. We got a lot of confidence in him. He knows what it's going to do. He knows what we need to do if we have any issues, and it's the best person you can have to.
To me, a finish is always a win, and obviously the higher you finish, the better the feeling is. But I'm always happy with finishes. That's my #1 goal, is finishes. You know, everybody always says like you can't finish first unless you finish the race. That's how I look at it.
And I got the truck at 3:30, and our main goal always coming out here is to win. I don't want to do anything else but win, but coming out to Baja and finishing these races is a win in itself. There's so many things that can go wrong. Getting the truck to the finish line is definitely a win in itself, but we're always out here to win.
A little bit of a problem today, but we'll get it sorted for the next one. We don't like when stuff happens again, so this was not a mechanical issue, it was just a hit issue, maybe. We'll talk and have our post-race meeting and figure out what happened.
Mike and I fought from race mile 2 to race mile 330 when we got out of the damn thing. It looks like it's about 8th place. I think when we ran out of gas, we were running in 3rd or 4th physically, which is a big bummer, but that's part of racing Baja, so it is what it is, like part of the game.
After the Baja 500, we're going to be rolling into the Baja 400. Doesn't make sense. I know typically you should go 250, 400, 500,000, but here we do things a little backwards. So we're going to come out of the Baja 500 with a strong finish, and we're gonna roll into the 400. It's probably just gonna be me and Hudson driving that race, and we're looking forward to continuing our goal of getting to the end of the season and a top 5 finish in the championship.
Thank you to Mike Marsal, Evan Weller Racing, and Grabowski Brother Racing crew, and everybody else who came out and made this possible.